Hi, I would like to introduce you to the great horses of Japan. I'm not very good at English, so there may be strange expressions, but please forgive me. This time is Sakura Bakushino. Sakura Bakushino was born in 1989. He showed some weakness in his constitution before his debut, but on the other hand, he showed excellent speed in training. His mother is a full sister of Amber Shaddai. Amber Shaddai was successful in long-distance races, winning the 3,200-meter Tenao show. So, Sakura Bakushino was also expected to perform well in long-distance races such as the Japan Derby. He had his debut race in January 1992. It was a 1,200-meter race on dirt. He took the lead right from the start and went on to win by 5 lengths over the second-place finisher. 2 weeks later, he ran in a 1,600-meter race, but failed to start, resulting in a second-place finish by a small margin. He chose to run the 1,200-meter race again in his next race and won easily by 4 lengths over the second-place finisher. Here, the Spring Stakes, held as a trial race for the Triple Crown, was chosen as the next race. This race is 1,800 meters. The trainer was looking ahead to the Derby. This was because, as explained earlier, Sakura Bakushino's pedigree was thought to be suitable for long distances. In this race, there was Mihano Bourbon. Before I go any further, I should mention that Mihano Bourbon was a horse who would later go on to win 2 undefeated titles and lose to Rice Shower in the Triple Crown race at Kikisho. And that Rice Shower was also in this race. The opponent was quite strong. In addition, the course was muddy due to the rain that day. Sakura Bakushino seemed to be very uncomfortable with the muddy track and could not run properly. As a result, it was Mihano Bourbon who won the race, with Rice Shower coming in 4th. Sakura Bakushino finished 12th, 3.5 seconds behind Mihano Bourbon. Although the rain had a negative impact, the loss made his trainer decide to concentrate on shorter distances for Sakura Bakushino. Sakura Bakushino next ran in the 1,200-meter Crystal Cup. This was 1 week before the first race of the Triple Crown, Satsuki Sho. After all, he is strong at 1,200 meters. He ran away with the second place by 3.5 lengths. He ran away from the next race, the Shobu Stakes, which was also at 1,400 meters. He ran in the 1,600-meter New Zealand Trophy in June, but was defeated in 7th place. He ran in 2 1,600-meter races after a 3-month layoff, losing both times. However, when he ran in the 1,400-meter Capital Stakes in November, he won by 2.5 lengths over the second-place finisher. His time was just 0.1 seconds shy of the record time at the time. Sakura Bakushino challenged the Grade 1 Sprinters Stakes in December. The Sprinters Stakes is now held in late September, but at that time it was held in December. Daitak Harias, who won the Mile Championship twice in a row, and Nishino Flower, who won the Oka Show, were the leading contenders. Sakura Bakushino got to the front, but the first 600 meters were paced in 32.8 seconds, making it a tough race for him. In the end, the winner was Nishino Flower, who drove from behind and won the race. The following year, Sakurabakushino was unable to race due to leg concerns, and did not return until the autumn sprint stakes in October. He had always been good at running at the front and getting away, but in this race he was holding back in 6th place. He then broke away on a straight course and won. It was a big improvement for him to be able to run like this. In the next race, however, he finished 4th due to the distance of 1,600 meters and the muddy course caused by the rain. In November, he ran again in the Capital Stakes, which he had won the previous year, and won the race from 3rd place, breaking away in the stretch to win. In December, he tried again in the Sprinters Stakes. There was also the previous year's winner, Nishino Flower, here, as well as Yaman and Zephyr, who had won the 1,600 and 2,000 meter Grade 1 races. Sakurabakushino calmly moved into 3rd place and outpaced Yaman and Zephyr in the stretch. He won by 2.5 lengths, earning his first Grade 1 victory. The following year, Sakurabakushino still hadn't won a 1,600-meter race, but he set his sights on the Grade 1 Yasuda Kinan in May. As a step race, he started with the Lord Derby Challenge Trophy in April. This race was at 1,200 meters, his favorite track. Sakurabakushino was the overwhelming favorite at odds of 1.2. He won the race by breaking away easily in the stretch. May, Yasuda Kinan. This race had become an international race the previous year. This year, Ski Paradise and Dolphin Street from France, Saedity from England, and Zayton from UAE came to Japan. The race was paced at a very high pace of 56.9 seconds through 1,000 meters. Sakurabakushino was chasing 2nd place. He once took the lead on the straightaway course, but due to the high pace, he was overtaken by the rest of the field and finished 4th. The winner was a Japanese mare named North Flight. He then took the summer off and ran in the Mainichi Crown in October. This race was 1,800 meters, which was considered long for Sakurabakushino, but depending on the result, he was expected to challenge the 2,000-meter Tenausha Autumn. In this race he ran to the front and held the lead until halfway through the final straightaway. In the end, he was overtaken and finished 4th, but the winning horse's time was a record. And although he finished 4th, Sakurabakushino's own time was also faster than the old record time. He then returned to shorter distances and ran in the 1,400-meter Grade 2, Swan Stakes. North Flight, who ran with him in the Yasuda Kinan, was also there. Sakurabakushino ran 2nd, broke away with the jockey holding the reins, and won by a length over North Flight who was chasing him. The time was 1 minute and 19.9 seconds, the first time in Japan that the time was under 1 minute and 20 seconds. Naturally, this was a record time. The next race, the Mile Championship, was also against North Flight. It was thought that Sakurabakushino would be at a disadvantage at 1,600 meters and that North Flight would be stronger, and the results of the race proved that to be true. He got out easily and took the lead, but was overtaken by North Flight who came after him and finished 2nd. In December, he ran in the Sprinters Stakes for the 3rd time. Before the race it was announced that he would be retiring after this race. The Sprinters Stakes also became an international race that year. 3 foreign horses, including Soviet problem, came to Japan. The pace of the race was super high. Sakurabakushino advanced to 4th and got out with ease. He won the race by 4 lengths over the second-place finisher. He again set a record time here. And he retired. Total of 21 races, 11 wins. In races up to 1,400 meters, he won 11 of 12 races, but in races longer than 1,400 meters, he competed in 9 races and never won. He is probably the strongest horse specialized in sprint racing. Sakurabakushino was also very successful as a sire. The children likewise did well under 1,400 meters. There are 3 Grade 1 winners. And he put up Kitasan Black as a broodmare sire. Kitasan Black is a champion who has won 7 Grade 1 races at long distance. In 2011, Sakurabakushino died of heart failure at the age of 22. That's all for this time. If you want to know more about Japanese horses, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.